Hello and welcome back to the channel. It is the second experiment in 2 days. It is once again Bellingham back at Blues. This time I think we fixed the little problems that we had last time with him not playing any games after the first 4 seasons. Well, barely any games after the first 4 seasons. So hopefully it'll turn into a little bit more of a successful experiment. But we're going to get straight into it. Bellingham back at Blues again. So exactly the same as yesterday, here we are. Jude Bellingham is at Birmingham City. We are just going to edit his contract details. We're going to put him on 5k a week. We're going to move down his player bonuses to 2,500 an appearance fee as well. Got him on a 5-year contract. We will be extending that contract every 5 years to make sure that he gets a full contract every single term. And hopefully that should mean he plays more games. As we saw last time, he didn't play any international games at all. He stuck with his 7 caps. Hopefully that changes as well. And hopefully we can have a bit more success with the AI. Last time, Birmingham became a yo-yo club between League One and the Championship. We're hoping for a little bit more success this time round. Again, it seems weird saying that as a Villa fan, saying, hoping the Birmingham City have success in this. But 20 years, here we go. So, 5 years, and it already looks more successful because in the 5th year he's played 45 games. It's absolutely dominated. If you take away these 29 games that he played at Dortmund, he has now played 264 times for Birmingham City, scoring 47 times, 45 assists, 37 man of the matches, averaging a 7.35, 16 goals he got in the second season. Still a championship club though, so a little bit more successful in terms of how the club have got on. I think by this point they'd already been relegated once to League One. Let's get the stages up and let's see how they've done. So in the first season they finished 3rd and they got to the playoff semi-final. They lost to Huddersfield 2-1 in the playoff semi-final. Second season they finished in 10th, mid-table finished there. Third season they finished in 16th. That was disappointing. Season after that, 5th. And they got to the playoff semi-final. They lost to West Brom 5-1 in the playoff semi-finals that season. And in the 25-26 season just gone, they finished in 19th. So they're having good season, bad season, good season, bad season. Not the greatest of starts, but it's a little bit more successful than last time out. Just having a look at some of the teams that have gone up here. Brighton and Blackburn gone up this season. Sheffield United and Burnley. Blackburn, once again there. Wolves and Brighton. Wolves got relegated. That is a somewhat of a turn up. Wolves, Brighton and Fulham all getting promoted. West Brom made the Europa League. They won the FA Cup. Well, that's a little bit of a turn up for the books. Don't normally do this to the end. They beat Arsenal in the final in the 2022-23 season. That's well, that's a bit of a surprise. I've got to be completely honest there. I don't imagine there'd be much happening in the Premier League at this point. I mean, it would help if I could type, and I've just completely messed that up. No shock there. Well, I suppose Arsenal winning it in the 21-22 season is a bit of a shock. Chelsea, Man City, Liverpool and Man City winning it since then. So, 5 years in, a little bit more success than last time. No major success. So, couple of playoffs, but not even reaching a playoff final just yet. 10 years into the future, and this is already being more successful from a personal standpoint for Jude Bellingham. Played over 40 times every single season. Again, if you take out those 29 games, that's 485 games he's now playing for Birmingham City, scoring 100 goals, getting his 100th goal this season, 104 assists, 73 man of the match. He's averaging 7.36. He's way too good for this league. Clearly, though, Birmingham aren't making it as close to promotion as he would probably like. Let's go all the way back to the 26-27 season. They had another poor season, finished in 14th. Then they finished in 4th. Lost in the playoff semi-finals to Middlesbrough 4-2. So always the bridesmaid, never the bride, it seems. We've got a couple of more seasons to look at. So fourth there, then they finished in 8th, just outside the playoffs, and then 9th, and then 6th in the season just gone. Another playoff for them, but how did they get on this time? Playoff semi-final yet again, this time knocked out by Watford. So it's not going too bad. We'll have a quick look. Is Jude Bellingham getting any England time? 36 caps, 2 goals. He's getting a little bit more time playing for the international side. Let's see, have they done anything? They won the World Cup in 2030, runner-up in 2022, won the European International League in 2029. So was Jude Bellingham part of that side? Is he still part of the side? Definitely not part of the side. Let's have a look at the schedule. Let's go back to the 2030 World Cup. Was he part of this? Not what I needed, is it? That's the one I needed. So they beat Spain 2-0 in the final. He was part of the side that won the World Cup. Didn't play in the final, but he was part of that side. And if we go back to the 2022 World Cup, where they lost to Italy 2 years in a row in the European Championships and the World Cup, lost 2-0 in the final this time. Was he? Can we go? We can't look at that game. Don't know if he was part of that game either. Maybe he'd have been a little bit too young at that point. But as I said, at the end of 5 years, a little bit more successful. We just need to see now if they can push on. They've been around the playoffs a number of times, not got past the playoff semi-final. But like I said, already it's looking a little bit more successful on a personal level and on a club level. No relegation this time round. A few bad seasons can be expected in the Championship, but we just need to see if they can get promoted before these 20 years is up. 15 years into the future, and it still shows there's still a Sky Bet Championship side, still playing an awful lot of games. Since the 31-32 season, 8 goals, 10 goals, 9, always around that double figure mark. A lot of assists in this season here in the 33-34 season, 17 assists. Playing, I mean, these are the 2 seasons he had the least, 37 and 38. Has he had any injuries then that have knocked him back a little bit? He stayed relatively fit throughout his whole career. No big injuries, nothing more than a month. 4 weeks. 5 weeks there. Broken collarbone. So he's been doing very well fitness-wise. He hasn't been, out for a long period of time. Jude Bellingham in the Legends part of the favoured personnel once again. That is no surprise at all. Oh, Villa dance. We've got some second city derbies this season. Let's have a quick look. Go all the way back to the 31-32 season. They finished 5th in that season. I always clicked the wrong bit there. Semi-final. Knocked out yet again. 5-4 this time by Sheffield United. Season after that, 4th. Didn't get promoted again. Knocked out in the semi-finals on penalties this time by Watford. They're getting closer. Got to be completely honest there. They're not falling away. A couple of seasons where they have been in the playoffs back to back. 3rd. Missing out by 2 points for automatic promotion. Norwich went up this season. And they made a playoff final. They beat West Brom in the playoff semi-final. 3-2 on aggregate. In the final, they lost 2-1 to Norwich City. Oh, I've gone too far back there. So, 3rd place there. 34-35 season, they finished 5th. Again, this is... How many years is this now? So, if we go back to... So, the 30-31 season, that's once. 2nd, 3, 4, 5. So, Middlesbrough went up this year. So, 5 years in a row, they've made the playoffs. Playoff semi-final, this time got knocked out by Blackburn on penalties. Both playoff games in the semi-finals going to penalties. How did the final finish up this year? Middlesbrough 1-0 victory. That sounds like an absolutely enthralling game. Gone back way too far again. And in the season just gone, fell away a little bit, 10th place this time round. So 5 seasons consecutively in the playoffs, missing out every single time. Again, I mean, it's been moderately successful. Not perfect by any stretch of the imagination, but I would have thought that one player could have been enough to propel them, especially to at least one automatic promotion. He's propelled them to multiple playoffs. They just can't seem to get the job done. And, I mean, we go back and look at his season-by-season stats. It's not like he's not doing the job. For a guy who's now played just under 700 appearances, 695 appearances for Birmingham City, scoring 144 goals, getting 166 assists, 108 man of the matches, averaging a 7.39. He's doing his bit. There's obviously just not the backup. And something I didn't do last time is just look at the player transfer value. Bellingham is now worth between 1.4 and 4.1 million pounds. Looks like there's some okay players. Alexis Macris, 129 current ability, 137 potential ability. Where does Jude Bellingham sit on that? So 129. He's still sat on 149. Is he still the key player? I don't know if we looked at this. Captain, key player, yeah. So still the best player. They haven't won anything else at all. So let's go for the final 5 years and let's see if there's any success at all. If Jude Bellingham can get them to the Premier League at least once during his tenure at the club. So here we are, the final part of this experiment, 2041 actually, to say 30. Again, look at this. He has stayed so fit for the 20 years that he's been at the club. As I said, at the 15-year part, 5 weeks is the longest that he has been out in 20 years. Yeah, in 20 years. I can't see any longer than 5 weeks there. That is sensational in terms of a guy's fitness over a prolonged period of time. We're going to look at his career stats now. Still a championship club. So, going from the 2036-37 season, 7 goals, 5 goals, 7 goals, 9, 13. He's not even tailed off. I mean, some of these assist numbers are absolutely out of this world. Average rating above a 7. Did he ever drop below a 7.3? I don't think he has. 7.30 twice was his low. He had a 7.27 in the 25-26 season. That was his worst season. 4 goals, 7 assists there. I mean, we go back, have a look. He has played 912 times for Birmingham City, 941 career appearances, 185 goals for Birmingham, 220 assists, 151 man of the matches, average of 7.38. Absolutely phenomenal numbers. And we already know he's a club legend. We're going to quickly have a look at how they've gone. Did they get any close? Well, I'll say did they get any closer? They couldn't have got any closer than they were already doing. 2036-37 season, they missed out on the playoffs by 4 points. Derby went up, we finished 6th. 2037-38 season, 14th. 38-39 season, 20th. Oh, they finished 5th in the 39-40 season. That would have been a nice little send-off. Knocked out once again in the playoff semi-finals on penalties to Norwich. And then in the 40-41 season, finished 4th. How did they get on this time? Playoff semi-finals, this time to Reading. So, I mean, where are they in terms of... They're predicted to finish 12th. They're not even, predicted to be in the top sort of 6 or so. But again, he's in the Media Dream 11, of course he is. So again, a few more seasons where they made playoffs, but haven't had any success. I don't know if this... I know the last one was botched because he never played. I don't know if this has been more successful. Finished with 36 career caps for England, 2 goals. So I think that is the same as it was at 10 years. He hasn't played much in the last 10 years. He's now a veteran midfielder rather than a world-class model professional. Still some very, very good numbers there. I mean, I don't know what he will do, whether he'd go on and play another year or two. Obviously, he's joining Dortmund today, as it is. So, I don't know if this has been more successful or if it's been more disappointing, because he's played more games, so you'd have expected a little bit more. I mean, I suppose in theory we got a little bit more. They didn't get relegated, but I thought they would be at least promoted once. I expected to see Jude Bellingham have at least one season in the Premier League. Hasn't happened. And before we go, as always, we'll have a quick look at some trophy winners. See if there's anything that really stands out. And that stands out. Man City, since the 33-34 season, have just dominated 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 league titles in a row. Liverpool, Man United, Man City again winning 5 on the spin. Liverpool, Chelsea, Arsenal. So there's no real surprises there. Well, the only real surprise is that Man City have absolutely dominated. Going back through the FA Cup winners, Chelsea, West Brom, Chelsea, Man United, Man City, Leicester, Leeds winning it, Wolves, Nottingham Forest winning it, Newcastle, Brighton. A couple of little surprises there. Carabao Cup is a competition that can always throw up the odd surprise. Tottenham, Newcastle, Everton, no Brighton. Brighton have come on really good in the last few years. Champions League holds the PSG, Man United, Bayern Munich, Barcelona. No real surprise there. Juventus winning it in the 22-23 season. Europa League, Arsenal, Liverpool, Spurs, Lille, Everton, Borussia Dortmund, Barcelona, Milan, Newcastle, Monaco. No real surprise. Villarreal are probably the only one that I would say they're not even really a real surprise, are they? Lille, obviously French league winners season before last. Leipzig, Sassuolo, Nice, Bilbao, Vigo. I suppose Chelsea winning is a little bit of a surprise. Having such a big club winning it, Roma winning it in 21-22. Is that foreshadowing what's going to happen in real life? Obviously Roma play Leicester in the Conference League final this season. Wonder if that is going to imitate real life there. And then we'll just have a quick look at the World Cup and the European Championships. England are the holders. England have won it in 30 and 38, Portugal in 34, Italy in 26 and 22. Obviously, they followed up that European Championship win in real life in 2021 by winning it in 2022, even though in real life they haven't qualified for the World Cup in 2022, and then retaining it in 2026. That is some fantastic work there. And then to the European Championships, Italy won it obviously in real life 2021, France in 24, Portugal in 28, France in 32, Italy in 36, Germany in 2040. So nothing really a surprise there. We all know that England is sort of, I don't want to say overpowered in this game, but you can always rely on them to win at least one major competition when you do these sort of experiments, when you go through into the future. So they have won, I think, did I say 2? Yeah, 2 World Cups in 2030, 2038. Wouldn't mind seeing England win a World Cup for my 40th birthday. Got to be completely honest. But I think we're a lot farther away from that in real life than we are in game. Even though we've just made a European Championship final. But that's by the by. Anyway, I don't think this is as botched as yesterday's. But I don't think it's as successful as I thought it might be. But I owed it to myself to try again. I owed it to people that watched yesterday's video to try again and try and do it properly. If you've enjoyed what you've seen, please leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you tomorrow where we are back with the Road to Glory save, which, as I said, has turned into a bit of a non-League to Legend style save. We're back with our new club. You'll find out who it is tomorrow. I'll see you then.